What's up, Gamester? It's your Freddy's here once again, and welcome to another video. Alright, so for today, we are going to start the experiment project so that we can really go deeper onto the champions or onto the game Wild Rift. This is going to be a series of videos, alright, but for today, we're going to be focusing mainly on Garen. If you haven't watched my previous video yet, which is about the 5 easiest champion to use in this game Wild Rift, I'll go ahead and put a link on the description down below, and I'll go ahead and put a card on top as well for you to check it out. If you want to check it out first before watching this video, go ahead and do so, but don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever we have new videos. I upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays PHT, so stay tuned, watch this video up until the end, sit back, and don't forget to take it easy. Let's go. Before we go to the experiment itself, let me just show you the default build for Garen. So as you can see, we have a roaming fighter build, which is these items right over here, and here these are the runes. Tanky fighter, there you go. Alright, these are the item builds for the tanky fighter, and here are the runes that you need. And then what I usually do is I'll just keep those roaming fighter, tanky fighter, and then I usually edit the default item for Garen. But before we edit this default item, or before we change the item, let's go through the items one by one. Okay? Why I choose Garen? Because yeah, this is based on the previous video that I have uploaded, which is all about the 5 easiest champions to use. So we'll basically start with Garen, and then we'll go with Sona, we'll go with Misfortune, we'll go with Lux, and then Master Yi. We'll just basically start with the easiest one before we go to the advanced one. Alright, so we are right here right now. Right over here, I'm gonna put a dummy, alright, for you guys to see. So enemy dummy, let's say 1. Alright, and then I would level up Garen to level 4 or 5 at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. The ulti and the skills. So let's just start with Garen's basic attack. That's 41, alright, 41 per hit. So we're gonna do 10 attacks, and let's see how many times Garen is gonna critical. Okay, success rate for critical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so as you can see, Garen's basic attack doesn't have any critical rate at all. If we're gonna check out this decisive strike, so it says breaks free from all slows, briefly becoming immune to them and gaining a burst of movement speed. The next attack is empowered to deal 63 physical damage and silence the target for 1.5 seconds. Now let's go ahead and add the buff. That. So it becomes 73. And for the second skill of Garen, we have the armor. Alright, so reduces damage taken for 2 seconds. For the second damage is reduced by 60%, and Garen's gains 60% tenacity. Damage is reduced by 30% for the remaining duration. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Let's move on to the third skill. So rapidly spins in the blade storm for 3 seconds and dealing 36 physical damage 8 times. Enemies hit by the blade storm edge are critical struck for 125 damage. So this is what we're talking about. So we have a circle right over here. There is an inner circle, all right, and there's an outer circle. So as you can see, there is a portion there where there are triangles. I'm not quite sure if you can call it triangle, but yeah, you get the point, right? So basically that is where you should be aiming for your enemy so that it will hit critical strike every time. Check it out. Alright, so as you can see, it hits 23 critical strike. No items at all. But if we're gonna stay close, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and inside of the circle. There we go. Then it's just 18. 18 is the basic damage for that. Lastly, for the Dimension Justice, 150 plus 20% of the target's missing health, nearby enemies to take 50% damage. So you might be asking, where's the experiment that you're talking about, right? So here is the experiment. Let's go ahead and go back to the base. That's why I put it somewhere near. Let's buy boots first. Here are the recommended items for Garen, which is, I think, the tanky fighter something or roaming fighter. Those are the default. But yeah, you can use that if you're just starting out, but I would suggest that you make your own build for Garen or for any other characters. All right, so those are just suggestions. So let's base it first on Garen's passive. If Garen has not been struck by damage or enemy abilities within the last 5 seconds, he regenerates 2.2 missing health per second. By the way, Gamester, this is just my idea, alright, or just my opinion. If you have some suggestion, what's the better build for Garen, go ahead and comment it down below, okay, so that we can share our thoughts and really enjoy the game. Alright, so if I'm going to build an item for Garen, then definitely I would go for something that has the same effect. Well, GA is always a good item to have for any characters, I believe, because this will resurrect you upon taking little damage and restore 50% base health and 30% mana after 4 seconds of stasis. Again, this depends on the situation. I'm just showing you what is the possible good thing about it. So this, I would go with the Spirit Visage. Why? Because this one will increase all healing, regen, and drain effects on yourself by 30%. Alright, I would definitely go for that. Or I will go with a Warmork. If you have at least 2,500 maximum health, restore 5% health per second if you haven't taken damage within the last 6 seconds. So Warmog and Spirit Visage is definitely a good fit for Garen's passive, right? Do you have a better idea, or do you have a better suggestion for that? Go ahead and comment it down below, okay? Don't be shy. But we're not gonna focus on that. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? So we're gonna focus on the physical items. I've also done some research, and it seems to me that they use Phantom Dancer a lot as Garen's core item because it gives 25 critical rate, 35 attack speed, alright, and has also movement speed 5%, and then lifeline damage that puts you under 35% health, grants a shield that absorbs 240 to 590 damage for 5 seconds. Let's try this. Let's buy this one. That's the only item that I'm gonna buy, alright, so that I can show you the effect of it. Alright, now let's try it. There are no added damage to this item, by the way. It's just speed and critical rate, right? Or success rate for critical. So now let's go. But we have a critical strike now, which is about 25%, I believe, right? So let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So out of 10, we have 2 times that it went to critical strike, which is right about 100 in terms of damage, right? 25% is somewhat accurate, right? 25%. Alright, so now let's go to Garen's third skill. So let's start with the inner circle first. Inner circle damage, let's go. So it's at 20, alright. It does not affect, it went up like 2 notch or at 2 points, right? But let's try the outer spin. Right over here. So 25. So it went up by 2, probably because Garen leveled up or something, right? It's level 7 right now. So probably because of the base damage, right? But it did not make any change at all in terms of the damage for the third skill. So it does not affect the third skill. So man, you decide for yourself if you want to keep this item, but I'm just showing it to you. So the good thing about this item is probably the attack speed, the movement speed, and the shield absorption, which has 90 seconds cooldown. Now let's add this one up. It doesn't have any critical strike rate or whatsoever. Same thing, it generates a shield, and it has a physical vamp, and this is only attack damage. So now let's add up to attack damage. Bloodthirster is the item with the highest attack damage. So let's go ahead and buy it. And let's see if this is gonna add something to Garen. Well, it will definitely add on Garen's physical attack. Let's try physical attack first. 79 now, right? But we don't have any critical rate again, right? So there's no critical rate anymore. Let's add some buff. First buff. So it's 130. It went up to 130 because of the attack damage, right? Now let's go for the third skill. Rapid spin. Let's go inside. So it went up to 28, 29, 28, 29. Alright. The average attack. Inner circle. Outer circle. Let's go. 35, 36, 35, 36. Alright. So it definitely adds some of it, right? Because earlier it was at 25 and then it went to 36. So it definitely affects Garen's third skill. And we're definitely not gonna talk about his ulti because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's 150 plus. It depends on the missing health of your enemy. So even if we add some damage, attack damage, or critical strike on Garen's item, it will not affect Garen's ultimate skills. Alright, let's try Infinity Edge. And then I'm gonna sell this one. Let's try this one on Garen's critical strike. So 79, right? Just for the basic attack because of the additional 55 attack damage. Now let's try the success rate of the critical strike. Out of 10. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, we had 4 critical strike around 200, right? On Garen's basic attack. So that's really a nice item to have if you're looking for damage or critical strike. Now let's try on Garen's inner circle. Let's try inner circle. 28, so it's just the same as the usual basic. And now let's go to Garen's outer circle. 43, 44, 44, 44. Right, so did you see that? So this is basically would work with Garen's basic attack and Garen's third skill. I haven't tried with the first skill, but let's try it just for the sake of trying it. 127, so that's a bit higher. Alright, so now guys, let's check if physical BAMs really works on skills or just on physical attacks, right? How physical BAMP works. Do I have a physical BAMP? Okay, I have.
I will lead the charge.
Okay, so physical BAMP definitely applies on basic damage, but what I want to find out if it applies on skill damage as well. Let's see. Let's add some more dummy right over here. Enemy dummy, and then let's do some. I think it does, right? I think it's adding more physical BAMP to it, right? See. You see it moving, guys? So yeah, it does affect Garen's attack. Alright, I think as long as it deals physical damage, then physical BAMP would work. I'm just not quite sure if it applies on Garen's ultimate skill, so let's try it. It does not apply. Alright, so for physical BAMP, guys, as you have seen it, right, it works on both basic attack and skill damage as long as it applies attack damage, right? Now let's experiment with the regeneration. Which one has better regeneration? So let's go with Spirit Visage. Okay. Alright, after 5 seconds, there you go. Let's see if it went up. 65, 728, 788, 846. So Spirit Visage really works good with Garen's skill. Okay, let's try Warmog. If you have 2500 HP, but our current HP is at 2400, so we have a higher HP regen of 36. So this is what somewhat higher than the other one. Okay, and it seems that Warmog gives more armor than usual. So for 6 seconds, there you go, 63, 61, 58, 57, 55. Okay, because it depends on the percentage. Alright, so that is how you see it. As your HP gets higher, the regeneration rates gets lower. I think that's how it works, right? Regeneration wise, I think Spirit Visage regens much faster than Warmog. It depends on your game store. What do you think is better than these two items? But if we combine it, let's see if they are going to stack up together. Let's see what's going to happen once these two items are on your inventory. Whoop, I almost died there. Whoa, look at that. 279, 260, 250. Whoa. They stuck together. What an item to use for HP regen, right? Now, I would like to check if Garen's critical strike would stack as well. Let's use a phantom. Let's roll right here. And let's use this one right over here. It will certainly affect basic attack. All right, 189 as you can see, and then out of 10, let's see how much it's gonna get. We're expecting 5 out of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it does not stack at all. I don't know. I don't know if it stacks or what. Critical damage is at 230%, so it definitely does not affect the basic attack. Let's try this one with buff. Okay, it does add additional damage. Now let's try the inner circle for Garen. Just add a little bit of it, like the 2830. Now let's test the outer circle. 44, 45. Yeah, so it does not stack at all, guys. At least for Garen. I'm not just quite sure about other characters, right? How about you, Gamester? What is the best build that you have for Garen? Please let us know on the comment section down below so that our fellow Gamester and Summoners out there can use it to their advantage as well. If this video was helpful for you, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Share this video to your friends, family, or just anyone who loves Garen or Wild Rift itself. And don't forget to share your thoughts and the suggestions on the comment section down below, or what hero would you like us to review. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever we have a new video. This is Fred once again. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out to everyone. Keep safe to all of you. And once again, don't forget, take it easy. Goodbye for now. I'll see you in another video. Goodbye now. Yeah.